So you may be wondering if cold calling or cold emailing is better. And in this video, I'm going to start addressing this topic and discuss a few good points from our experience doing both. In B2B sales, you can cold email, cold call, cold LinkedIn, or you can do any kind of sending of goodies or handwritten letters to your prospects to spark a conversation. In terms of direct marketing, we favored cold email and cold calling because we've seen the best results from these two channels. In my opinion, cold calling works 100 times better than cold emailing for different reasons. On a cold call, you get to hear the other person, you get to hear their objections, their questions, and their doubts, and the reason why they convert or don't convert. Obviously, in our experience, cold emailing is great, but more as a supporting tool. Cold emailing is kind of a top of the funnel way to produce leads that are interested, to get people to raise their hand and say, hey, you know what, I'm interested in this topic. Hey, you know what, I have this pain, but not so much to book meetings. I know a lot of providers out there are going to watch this video and say, hey, I'm getting a lot of meetings though, and our clients are successful, and I get that. But if you think about generating revenue, which is really the end goal, and even if you stop at handing over to sales the leads, right? In my opinion, it's important to see that your cold emailing is going to be a supporting function of your sales function. But your sales function still needs to qualify the lead. You still need to ask the right questions. You still need to make sure they're qualified. You still need to make sure they're engaged emotionally, humanly, so that they show up to the meeting, engage in this buying process, so that the discovery goes well. All of these points are very important if you want to be able to get clients engaged. Another thing I've seen about cold emailing is that when you're emailing people, you don't really know what state they are in their buyer's journey. I will do a dedicated video about the buyer's journey. If you're not familiar with the concept, please watch it, because this is one of the most important things in outbound sales. So the thing is, in the market, and this is one of the key core concepts of the buyer's journey, one of the key core concepts is that a very small percentage of people are in the market to buy a solution. They're actively looking for a solution like yours or service like yours to purchase. If you're a very innovative service or solution, most likely they're not even looking. But if they find you or you contact them at the right time, they will engage, book a meeting and engage with you. And all you're going to have to do is to differentiate yourself from competitors and present a better business case to get the next purchase. The thing is, when you're sending cold emails to a lot of people, it's a very small percentage, so your odds of booking meetings are very low. What we favor at Profitable is sending emails to spark interest using lead magnets like a white paper, an ebook, a webcast, or anything gated that they can't really get on their own. Direct them to that piece of content to help them solve a specific problem. Once this is done, people are going to get more engaged, and you can call them to discuss the pain points linked to the solution you solve. For example, I will use one from a service that we don't sell or prospect for. Let's say somebody would be selling website development on Webflow. What we would do is we would ask them for a piece of asset, such as an audit or 10 points to look for your website to convert better, or how to get more leads for your website. We would send that piece of assets to people. The copy would cover something like this: is your website converting enough leads? Or is your website a glorified brochure, online brochure? Or we would kind of agitate that problem of, are you getting leads from your website or not, right? And if the answer is no, and they're curious and that's a problem they want to solve, they're likely to raise their hand and say, hey, you know what, send me that piece of asset to make my website generate leads, or to increase my conversion ratios, or whatever it is that they're interested in. Once you do that, and maybe that's like 10% of the people raising their hand and asking for it, you can distribute the asset, and then 48 hours later, get an SDR to call them and be like, hey, I'm calling you from XYZ company. We shared that piece of asset with you. It sounded like you had potential issues around your website. Do you mind if we take a few minutes to unpack it now? You would just ask a few follow-up questions around the problem they have. You would book a meeting with an expert to do a deeper dive on their website, leave them with some use cases and walk them through case studies of things you achieve elsewhere. Even if they don't move forward, they get some value from that call. That's how I would present it. That's how I would run the entire play.